Hi, this is George,
And this is Christian,
and we're
and we're
here
here
to
to
talk
talk
about
about
Eternal
Eternal
Card
Card
Game.
Game.
There will be spoilers.
Of
So,
course.
what are your thoughts, man?
It's pretty fun and engaging, actually. I don't know, it's very similar to Magic the Gathering.
I
Uh,
think I really enjoyed it, and then I burned through all the content.
well, I mean, they don't really have a lot of content, right?
Damn,
When you,
son.
when you when you think about it,
I
right?
think
There's
they
only
have
two
some.
campaigns. How many cards are there total? I haven't even checked
There's
that.
quite a few cards, but personally, I know this is gonna sound weird. They give you so much cards.
They
No,
do.
with the booster packs and how many cards you start with is so many cards. I'm basically full of cards. Okay.
So why do you say that they don't have the content then?
Well, because they give me so many cards, I just have every card I and deck I would ever want to build. You know, like there's nothing left for me to buy or build or whatever.
Oh wow, is that true?
So
You have almost all of the cards? I mean, I there's a lot of cards and they do give you a lot,
yeah,
but
like
I am nowhere near a complete set.
I'm sitting on like 50,000 gold or
Wow,
something insanely.
50,000. No way.
We could check
That's
after some period of time, but yeah, I'm sitting on a bloody lot of,
a lot.
and I don't even bother spending it because I'm like I have every possibly want, and I have a lot of dust, not as much dust as gold. Still have a lot of
I don't even have
everything.
that much dust. I craft cards consistently and I spend all my gold on packs. And I still don't have a majority of the cards. So I don't know how you have so many.
I play this game a lot, man. I've played over
That's true.
150 hours, legit hours.
Legit hours. All right. But it's cool because like you can still make pretty good decks even without because they give you so much to start with.
I have 65,000 gold.
65,000?
I have 11
Wowzers.
unopened packs as well.
That's so many.
Yeah, like every pack it gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Yeah.
11
That's
cards.
something that's crazy about this game. Like in Hearthstone, you get 5 cards, right?
Yeah. And
In
Magic
this
you
game,
get
they just give
15.
you like 12. How much is it?
Oh, sorry.
And
Yeah, they
one
give
is
you 12.
guaranteed to be rare or better.
Yeah. And
I
then
will say though, I haven't got a lot of legendaries yet,
no.
or whatever they call the orange tier.
Yeah,
Super
legendaries
rare.
are like the chase items
Of
you'll
course.
never get basically. I had to craft my set of legendary for my shimmer pack deck. I had to craft pretty much all 4 shimmer packs. It drained me of all my. And it seems like the green is uncommon. I got 3 of them in the pack I just opened.
Yeah, and then
I'm not so
blue
sure.
is rare.
Yeah, blue is rare. I don't have a full playset of every rare, but it seems like every pack will give you 3 uncommons. Maybe 4? I don't know. I didn't really look. So far it seems like 3. So what score would you give this game?
So going from the scoring of we established in the last podcast, I think I want to say this is like Michelin Star 2.
Wow.
I think it's the second best digital card game I've played. In the way of the format and how much you can do. You know, it has all the steps that you would see in like a game like Magic the Gathering, but it's simple UI makes it feel like easy to play as a Hearthstone game. It's really well presented. That's its really biggest strength. So I think it's deserving of a high caliber rating.
Hey,
The only thing that I knock it of is that there's the continued support is not going to be there, right? So the game is going to stay stagnant, and that's not something you can sustain in a card game, I suppose.
hey, that's my ratings. I don't know about you.
Hey man, I'm using it now.
I would actually give this a thumb sideways as well.
Thumb
Thumb
sideways.
sideways. I
That's
will
that's
give
one
it.
star.
Well, I will give it 2 Michelin stars. Well, can I do that?
I mean, if it makes sense, I suppose. But I
I'm
thought that thumb sideways was 1 out of 5 stars. Two Michelin means it's 4 out of 5, right?
well. What would be 3 Michelin stars? Would it just be Magic the Gathering?
Pretty much, and then Hearthstone.
Hearthstone.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the one Michelin star TCG I haven't found yet between like Soul Reaver, Fairy. I might get into Fairy actually if it
Yeah, I think
proves
I
to be
mean
good.
I only have 8 hours into Fairy, so
Yeah,
I can't judge it too well right now. But yeah, it's very intriguing.
I only have an
Um,
hour. I played Duelist for I think longer.
I only played Duelist for 2 hours.
Yeah, the problem with Duelist was that I felt like I wasn't progressing very quickly. You know, like I was playing it for like a week or so. I
Hmm.
felt like I was still piloting the same deck, and it didn't feel like I could do anything.
How many total cards do they have?
I don't know how much Duelist has, but it looks like a lot.
Hmm. You just think the acquisition rate is too low?
Yeah, that and
Cards.
if I were to give myself a rating, I would probably be I don't know what I'd be. You know, in the Timmy Spike Johnny thing, the psychographs of Timmy Spike and Johnny.
What are you talking about?
There's Timmy, who's just the Timmy's a power gamer. He's just like a social gamer. He plays to play with friends. Spike is
Okay.
the tournament player. Johnny is the combo player. Like Johnny wants to win by comboing stupid things by piloting terrible decks.
Okay.
Spike is tournament player. He just wants to win.
Yeah, he's
So
the efficiency
yeah,
guy.
yeah. Like he would be whoever won the Magic the Gathering tournament or whatever. And Timmy's like the 5-year-old who just learns the game. He just wants to play cards. They're fun.
I
It's a
gotcha.
social thing.
This is a way you classify players.
Yeah, and it's similar to Bartle's taxonomy.
Okay.
I feel like I gravitate towards Johnny. So you know that blue black deck I just played you with?
Yeah.
Yeah, that deck is such a dirtle deck. All it wants to do is combo certain cards together to create this, mediocre
This-
effect. I feel it's like draw 3 cards, I guess.
I mean, there's a lot of cycling in that deck, right? So it feels fun that you're like playing a
Yeah,
deck that lets you explore it, essentially.
I mean, I have a much better deck, but that's because I net deck the Shimmer Pack deck. It's basically your deck, except instead of just dirtling around and being, oh no, I have no cards, it it plays Shimmer Pack. It just kills the player.
uh, yeah, that's crazy. There's so many cool combinations in this game, though.
Yeah, I mean, Hearthstone
So
has that thing too, right? There's Freeze Mage who just tries to do this weird thing, taking you
that's true.
down.
Freeze Mage is really annoying to play against because it feels like you can't do anything to stop their ability to just like prolong the game.
I understand completely. I've played against some really annoying blue black decks my time against in Magic the Gathering. Those decks are really painful because they don't let you resolve any. So yeah, why would you think Magic the Gathering is better than this game though?
I think it's because they have a long-standing content pipeline, and there's so many more mechanics that come along with that. Uh, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think if Eternal had that breadth of mechanics as well, then they'd be up there higher. I just like definitely their presentation is much better.
Compared to Magic Online,
Yeah. Oh my God, that
I played Magic Duels quite a bit. That's the
what's
PC
Magic
and
Duels?
console version of Magic the Gathering. So
Mhm.
it has this thing where like you have I guess 5 seconds to make your turn. So if you don't do anything during those 5 seconds, you're fucked. I guess so you just pass priority, and it's a lot more casual. They don't let you play like everything in the set. Like they don't let you they don't print every single card basically.
Okay.
So there's certain like planeswalkers, I guess they just don't exist in Magic Online or Magic the Gathering format. Magic Duels, that's the name of it. They don't let you play 4 copies of every card in your deck.
Ooh.
So they let you
What are the
play.
restrictions?
They let you play 4 commons, 3 uncommons with the same name, 2 rares with the same name,
Two rares.
and then 1 mythic rare with the same name.
Oh wow, you can only have one copy of Mythic Rare.
Yeah, so you can't just stuff your deck with Gideons like they do in standard. Because
Crazy.
Gideon is like a very overpowered mythic rare planeswalker. But everyone runs to one of them. I would say the biggest draw for me with Magic the Gathering is draft and like
It's true.
limited seal. I feel like they really got
Good
that down
format.
tight. Yeah. When I was playing Hearthstone, I got sick of Arena basically because it felt so repetitive. It felt like I couldn't go deep on any strategy. I wasn't making any choice. Like Hearth Arena would basically just could autopilot the draft part. You know?
Right.
It
You
did.
want a more involved draft process.
Yeah, I
from
want to have
Hearthstone.
tough decisions. You know,
All right,
like
all right.
oh, which card
So
should I
if they
pick?
change the format to be like, because the problem is they can't really do that with a 5-pack, right? Because I
No,
don't know, like that would be silly, right? I feel like
I feel like they can't do it without huge changes to Hearthstone. Like they would have to change a lot.
I don't know about huge. Like they could just make it so that when you enter an arena, right, you pay 150 gold or $2 or whatever. So that's one or 1.5 packs, right?
Okay.
So why don't they make it that that's the like average per pack instead, right? You know what I'm saying? So instead of getting 5 per pack, it'll go to like 8, and then they maybe have two, like they kind of up it for the value of two of the cards instead of one, and then you actually pass that around. It would actually be kind of interesting to have to draft from, actual packs where people like pick after you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. This is kind of similar to the. Have you ever played Seven Wonders? It's called
No.
Seven. It's a board game actually, so not a digital game. Wait,
Oh,
actually, there might be a
they
digital
might
app
have
of
a
it.
digital version.
Yeah, they might have it. They probably have.
Like who wouldn't?
Yeah. So Seven Wonders. I think it's called
Seven
Seven Wonders.
Wonders.
I'm just gonna look it up right now. Actually, the power of modern internet. Seven Wonders, the board game. So this
Okay.
game is basically a drafting game. It is a drafting game, right? So, but you know how drafting works for everyone is you get a pack of cards, and then
You
pick
take one,
one.
you
Yeah, you take
pass it
one,
to
you
your
pass it to
left.
your left, and then the next round you take one, you pass it to your right, and then the final round you take one and pass it to your left again. Now, this doesn't have to happen in the exact order I just mentioned it. I know in Eternal card game, they just say the Eternal has a draft, right? You know, and it also has a forge, which
Yep.
is forge is like arena, which is PVE. Draft is PvP, and it's really hard. I suck at drafting it. Swear to God.
What's the highest you got and how many wins?
I think I've gotten 100% win, but that's because play against really shitty people, so
Yeah.
kind of easy. The main thing about draft is I think people like beating other players. Like what are they trying to do?
Right.
And in Seven Wonders, what's kind of cool about it is you could see what other people pick. So it's not just pick one and hide it and keep it for yourself. Is you reveal it immediately, and then you get victory points based on what you pick.
Oh.
And then depending on what you do, you can combo it with other cards. So certain cards say you pick this card, pick this other card later, you get bonus points. So you can see
The way
how
to incentivize to get not good cards sometimes.
I guess so.
Seems interesting. Have you done one of the drafts in Feria yet?
Oh, I haven't gotten to that. What's that like?
Okay, that's the Pandora. It's on the right, right? Yeah, I think you have to be like level 7 before you get in.
I might not even be levels.
No, it takes a little bit. You have to do some of the campaign, but it's pretty fun. They actually do the thing where you get a pack, you pick one, you pass to your left, right? Obviously, it's like stored, and then you share it across multiple draftings, and it's not like real time, but it gives you that sensation of, oh,
Is it
like now you
actually
have
passing
to.
to other people?
I believe so. Like I don't see why they wouldn't.
I mean,
I
Eternal
mean, they
card
might just
game.
fake it and like
Yeah.
show you the seven bottom, but like sometimes I do see the good card coming through. So someone like chose another one because they're a certain color allegiance
Okay.
in or something. So that's why I think they actually like try to share the actual data around and not just show you some fake cheat thing. Which I
Okay.
wouldn't put some people above. So
I mean, so in in Magic the Gathering, they have something called league drafts. So a league draft is it waits for 8 people. So 8 people is how many people you need to draft.
right.
And each booster has 15 cards, but really only cards. So when you take one, 13 cards will go around, blah blah blah. And so you'll see some cards back. But you won't actually play against the other people around, you know?
Yeah.
You basically sign up to be in a league queue. So normally in a typical draft, you actually play against the other people you drafted with.
Yeah.
So if all the booster packs are weak, it doesn't really matter because everybody else's deck will be.
Right. Right.
But in league draft, kinda doesn't matter.
Wait, so I thought you just said that they draft as 8, but they don't
Yeah.
play
So
each other,
no,
right?
they don't play each other as 8.
They
You
just get
play
their
against
decks that way,
yeah,
and then they play against people who did it that same way.
yeah, they just play against whoever happens to be online.
Oh, what?
Yeah. It's like arena, right? You know, you play until
Yeah,
you get 3 losses.
but anybody they play also did it that way, or is it?
Yeah, everyone who played did it that way, but they might have
Right.
not drafted at the table.
I see. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Okay.
That's another way drafting could. That's my major thing that basically I think only Magic has. I guess 7-1. Maybe I should put 7-1. I don't know if I could recommend Eternal to 100% of the people I meet.
No, I wouldn't either. I would say that if you enjoyed Hearthstone and you enjoy Magic the Gathering, then you might enjoy this game.
Honestly, I think that honestly I feel like that about most card games.
It's true.
Like even Magic the Gathering, would you recommend Magic the Gathering to everyone? You know?
No. I mean, I would hope that everyone could see the fun in it, but I can see that not everybody would be into this kind of game of
Taking turns, attacking
taking
and stuff.
turns. Yep.
Magic the Gathering is pretty popular, so I would actually just give it to. I would just walk up to random people and be, "Hey, you want to play a game?" Like I wouldn't really think twice about it.
Well, it's a lot harder, right? Like I don't know, like I could do that with like a Mario game if I just go up with my Switch or something.
Oh wow,
But
you have a Switch?
oh yeah, man, I've got a Switch.
Yeah.
I know, but it's not as easy to walk up with like two ready-made battle decks of Magic and then be like, "Yo, battle me," you know?
Yeah,
So you have to teach so much, right? And like some people are just not willing to put that much effort in it, I guess. It's a shame, but
7-1 is, by the way, is actually a 7-player game.
what?
Well,
I'll try
seven.
it.
Max 7. Usually,
Right?
if you, I played it with my board game group. It took a while though.
I mean, I don't doubt it if it takes 7 people.
Yeah. We used to joke like the funnest part of the game was yelling at other people to hurry up. You know? Like hurry up, because you would just be standing there with your card that you chose, waiting for everybody else, because you have to reveal the card once you pick it. So
Yeah.
you can't just, in Magic the Gathering, sometimes you could draft really quickly and just one person holds up the line.
Yeah. You're just waiting for that one guy.
Yeah. So
Like, come on, we want to make the next pack. Hurry up.
So instead in this game,
Got piles.
everyone just has to wait for one guy who's taking long. They're just like hurry up. And if you play
It's been a long time since I've done a draft with like a lot of people, like a real draft.
anything else to say about this game? This game is pretty good overall. But it's
Yeah.
So I guess one thing we should explain, this is I guess just a TCG, meaning you collect cards. You can't trade them though. Funny enough.
Nope, it's not a trading card game. It's a collectible card
Just
game.
a collectible card, so it's just a CG? A CNG?
CCG collectible card game.
Oh, you're right. That's actually the correct term.
I suppose it doesn't matter, but yeah.
It is a CCG. Magic is a legit trading card game.
You can
Damn.
trade those cards, right? The digital ones.
Well, not in Magic Duels, but in Magic Online, yes.
Yeah, Magic Online.
You can make some pennies.
There's an open market where you can sell.
Yeah, basically.
I thought you could just trade with your friends.
There's a bunch of bots. Basically, they can turn your cards into money, turn your cards into real cards,
What?
turn your cards
To real cards?
digital.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
there's a service I think that you can transform your digital cards into real cards.
And how
That
much
might
money
not
does
be.
that cost?
Probably more than just turning it buying the real.
Oh, then what's the point?
I don't know. Okay, I thought there was a thing.
I thought that'd be really cool if I could like like double dip essentially even draft at home or whatever and then cash in my decks and then play in tournaments.
Yeah, so there's 5 colors in a Kernel card game, kind of
Yeah.
just kind of like Magic. Is it's basically Wooburg, right? There's white, blue,
Yeah, there's
black,
white, blue,
green,
red,
red.
black, and green. It's
I
like
guess it's
it's a carbon
purple.
copy.
I guess it's purple, quote unquote. You know, it's not
Uh
actually black,
it's not black, it's purple, you're right. But
and it's not
it's
actually white. It's yellow.
is it yeah, I guess it's like holy light.
It's
So it's
basically
still
white.
it's
It's not
basically
exactly white.
white.
It's not exactly white.
No, right, you're right, but still.
There's some multicolored cards. I feel like there's just not enough multicolored cards. You know.
I mean, yeah, they have a lot. I don't know. I haven't seen. I don't think I've seen anything that's too crazy. I do they have any? They do have more than the 3 or more different types of colors too. So
Really?
yeah, I think
I've only
so.
seen one 5 color card.
The 5 color, like,
And
was that
then
the fairy one?
dragon.
The dragon.
Is a fairy one?
I think so. And that's what I remember seeing.
I don't see
Unless
any.
I'm getting it mixed up with Faria, and I don't know why I would.
I don't think there's a 5 color or there's any other color combination. There's the allied colors, meaning on a color pie, classic Magic the Gathering color pie. There's the allied colors are pretty heavily, and then the enemy colors have exactly 1 card. So yeah, that's why I kind of feel bad about this game. The enemy colors just feel unsupported comparatively. There's the 5 color dragon, and there's a couple of neutrals actually. I guess they kind of count as 5 color. Any deck can play. The mana system is very very similar to
Yeah, to the
Magic the
land
Gathering.
system.
Yeah, so you have lands, sigils,
Sigil.
play them, and you get power and weird sigil thing that denotes that you have
Influence.
Influence, you're right.
I know. Knowing these terms.
Basically.
The colors are the influence
Yeah,
and
people
right.
people were saying though that this game is much easier on the mana base Magic because of the fact that you don't need to constantly remember, hey, should I tap my blue island for this, you know? Or should I
Right.
tap like 2
You
forests?
you just have to
Because
have the count.
you just have to have the power and the influence. They're like
Right.
separated. Whereas in Magic they're one and the same.
Yeah, and it's a little cumbersome, and then this is a little more streamlined.
Yeah, that's basically what I feel about this game. This is just Magic the Gathering streamlined.
Yeah, yeah. But to be fair, it's like Magic the Gathering light streamlined.
Yeah, there's not as many cards.
Right.
Feel sad. And just like Magic, you attack players directly. You assign blockers. So you can't just like, kill creatures willy nilly like Hearthstone. Basically, what Hearthstone does.
You control as the attacker.
Yeah, my biggest dislikes is just there's not enough content for me. I want more.
They want more. That's what I'm saying. They have 2 campaigns, and they don't have anything else. Like, I don't think anything else is coming. Right? I'm not sure. But
No, they're working on it, right?
they're
Like
working on stuff?
this campaign felt like it just came out.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, fine.
I don't know. Maybe it was a while ago, right? A few months ago.
They gave me like some.
I mean, I guess
colored
that's
stuff.
on pace. This game came out like what 2013, 2014?
Really? Okay.
I
Damn,
don't know.
that was a while ago. Now.
I mean, the creators make another card game too.
Really?
That's newer. So
Did we review the wrong card game? What is this game? Oh,
well, let me get the developer page here. They made the Elder Scrolls Legends.
wait, that's the Oblivion Elder Scrolls game.
No, it's the Elder Scrolls. Yeah, this Elder Scrolls called the card game.
Oh,
They made it.
I actually haven't tried that game.
I haven't tried it either, actually.
Speaking of other card games, I actually tried Soulforge. That was an interesting.
Soulforge. Is that the one with like 5 different places that units can be in?
Yeah, and then they automatically attack you.
Right. See, like they have like 5 other games too that they make about card games.
They're pretty prolific.
Yeah.
They got this card game stuff. Oh, I also played the
Warcraft.
Mojang card game.
Oh, I never got into that. Scrolls?
Scrolls, not the Elder Scrolls
Nope,
card game.
Scrolls.
Scrolls, the other card game. Damn, and then they shut down the servers, and I can never.
Yeah, the game is dead.
Yeah, understandable. It wasn't
It wasn't a success, man. They need the player base to continue that content model.
Yeah, and also I just don't think it was that interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you think they didn't have enough mechanics, or was the grid system not enough for you? Like, what was the problem?
I can't put my finger. Okay, that's my.
Okay, that's your problem. You don't know what the problem is.
Maybe not enough content. You know, like nothing. There's nothing that excited me. Okay, nothing I could love. Everything was just lukewarm.
So that's a really weird way to put it.
It's not like I hated it. It's not like it was super boring.
So like you would still eat the lukewarm soup,
Yeah,
right? But you would be a little disappointed.
I would be like, man, there's something better out there.
All right. Eternal. I will say I like it. Some of Eternal's legendary cards.
Yeah, they're legendaries.
They're kind of BS. Yeah, they're really hard to get.
I really hate the 4-mana 5/6. Okay, I hate that card.
Which one? Enlighten me.
There's a 4-mana 5/6.
What's the effect?
Endurance. Creatures cannot fly. It's a white card. Piece of shit. Because it is basically overpowered. It shuts down flying. It shuts down aggro. And it's really fucking aggressive too.
4-mana 4/6.
4-mana 5/6 with endurance.
Wow, that's pretty good.
If it
endurance is good too in this game.
Yeah, so you could just attack. Brutal, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Endurance and Warcry. I think Warcry and Endurance are some of the hardest, like the most overpowered mechanics.
Yeah, so Warcry is the whenever you attack, the top card of your deck gets +1/+1.
Right, the top creature.
Yeah, the top creature actually.
Because I don't think it works on weapons, right?
It actually does.
Oh, does it? Oh wow.
Yeah, so it'll work on weapons. So there's a couple things we should explain, I guess, more about this game. Alright, you play a 75 deck. 75 card. 1/4, a quarter of it has to be lands. Alright, so basically you have 60 cards, 15 lands. Am I correct?
I think so. I don't know how much. I think it's 75, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's 75. You can actually go higher than 25. Sorry, it's 25 lands. So it's you play 50 cards, 25 lands. And then you can go more lands if you want. You can go more cards if you want. I actually don't know how many cards. Let's find out. Just try to add.
Can you go over 75? I think so, actually.
Yeah, you can go over 75.
I'm
not super sure.
It's even more inconsistent. I wish the decks were a little smaller. You can make consistent decks.
Yeah, me too, actually. Because I always felt like it was a little bit of a struggle to get, like, if your whole deck depended on a 2-card combo,
right?
Sometimes it felt like it was impossible.
You just can't get it. Yeah. You have to have essentially a contingency plan every game.
Alright, so it turns out you can go up to 150 cards.
Holy moly, double the size.
There's no, what's it called? Force of Will? No, sorry. Battle of Wits. Bullshit. You know Battle of Wits?
No, what is that?
It's a Magic the Gathering card. Alright, and it says, if you have, at the start of your turn, if you have more than 200 cards in your deck, you win the game.
That's such bad odds, I feel like.
There are legit decks that pilot this card, so they just run 240. And
they hope to get it.
No, they just search. They play.
I know they cycle and they get cards from your deck effects.
Yeah, they just search for it by name.
Right.
So it's not as terrible as you make it sound.
I don't know how many. Is there enough cards that do that you can?
Oh, that's not its only win condition. You need to calm down. There's like many win conditions when you have 240 cards.
Oh, that's true. I suppose. That's crazy.
So unlike Magic the Gathering, you can actually there are no +1/+1 counters or -1/-1 counters. True. Cards just get +1/+1 and -1/-1 either forever or until end of turn. And even if they go into your graveyard or your deck or your hand, they still have the effect on them.
Yeah, I really like that about this game. Actually, it makes it different from all the other card games that I've played. It's not usually how they do things.
Yeah, Spellweaver actually copied the Magic the Gathering really close. It has +1/+1 counters, but this game it kind of streamlined it and simplified that system, and it can do like a lot of weird stuff too. So like creatures can have 0 toughness in the graveyard, or they can have +1/+1 when you draw them. I feel
Because
like
of Warcry.
yeah, like I feel like it does a lot. It's like a little bit higher complexity than Hearthstone and a little lower complexity than Magic.
Right, right. It's somewhere in the middle, and I think there's a space for it there. I don't know. I just wish, like you said, there's more to it, more content,
More
more
content.
cards, more mechanics.
That is something I like to do actually. In this card game specifically, I got into it because I could just like make a random deck with all the starting cards I have.
Yeah, and
And
I like how they have the net deck button.
oh yeah,
Like,
it
why don't
does.
all card games have this button? Right? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, you can export and import decks based on text. I thought Magic the Gathering, Magic Online has that.
Does Magic does it have it now? Just I mean I don't know why every card game doesn't have it. Like Hearthstone should have it. It's like a JSON, right, or something. Just come on now.
There are third party apps that
They
can
do that? Yeah, they
yes,
have
that can
UI
do that.
overlays.
They'll like hijack your computer and type in the
Yeah,
correct stuff so
that's
that you get what you want.
kind of
Like you
shady,
can
but you
import
know.
it. I mean, it looked like it was really helpful if you make decks and import decks all the time.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Oh, it tells you how much percentage you have of cards.
Oh, dude, one thing that was really annoying is I couldn't figure out how to control the land count because they hide it from you by default.
Right. You have to like go into the settings and be like, "Oh, I am a competent person and I can manage my lands."
So for the longest time, I didn't know how to do it. It just,
Oh. It
oh
just
man,
auto gave you lands.
yeah, it just auto gave me, which wasn't the worst system in the world, but
No, it's not the worst. They still give you like the dual lands that you need.
yeah, it does. But it didn't give me any like the man lands.
Right. Like you can still get more control and like you should probably do it.
Yeah, I
You should
recommend
definitely do it.
any person to probably do it.
I mean, it's just a little more cards you have to manage, right? Like which ones you want. It's not that terribly difficult. There's like three types of lands essentially.
Yeah, so there's lands, there's dual lands that give you both two colors. There's another land that gives you any color, but only if you have two influence.
I think there's a few other variations of that, but yeah, like you can get a different color land too.
Yeah. That's basically it. There's dual lands that give you two colors and one power. Is the regular land, and the land that gives you any color if you have two or less. I basically have nothing else to say about this game, other than it's a lot better than Spell.
So I shouldn't try Spellweaver.
Well,
Would you recommend Spellweaver? You just said Eternals is sideways, which means you
I wouldn't
probably
recommend Spellweaver.
Okay,
It was interesting though because you could create like some interesting decks that
I see.
dirt around or just control the game.
Yeah.
Like if you want to do stuff besides winning, then the Spellweaver might just be for you.
What do you think about Feria?
I'm liking it a lot more. By the way, is the best strategy in Feria to just go sideways immediately and get that sweet mana?
To get the orb?
Yeah,
It
that's what
really
I've been doing.
depends. That's what I love about this game, actually. The land placement strategies. I think essentially it breaks down to two, right? There's one where you bum rush the energies,
Is
and
one
there's
where
one
you
where you
bum
bum
rush
rush
the
the
enemy.
player. Yeah.
I played against the guy who bum rushed me and he lost really.
Well, it depends, right? Like his deck had to have supported that kind of play. If you just bum rush to get like the positional advantage, and even though like you're not actually gonna spawn any units, then what was the point? You should have secured your own ground and like gotten your bubbles, the energy globe things. I don't forget what they call it.
I guess they're mana wells.
Mana wells, Faria wells. I don't know. They're the resource wells. But I really enjoy their land mechanic.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I mean, it's the same, right? They have 5 colors. Is it 4 or 5 colors? They have the water, the
Four
forest, volcano,
I believe it's 4.
The sand. That's 4. Yeah.
Pretty sure it's
4 and then the fifth like generic land prairie or whatever. Pretty cool. And like every turn you can build land or you can draw a card or gain mana. I like that idea.
I mean, that's exactly what Scrolls did. You could
True.
you could discard a card for a land, or you could discard a card for 2 cards. Remember
We have to
that?
discard a card.
Yeah, I know. I think the discarding made it feel worse than it actually.
I think yeah, that's why I like it in this one because it's an extra action you get for free essentially every turn, right?
It basically doesn't feel bad.
Yeah,
Whereas Spell Weaver
exactly.
it felt bad.
You have to throw it away. That sucks.
Well, there's another card game that's like the Japanese Magic Wizards of the Coast game, where
Yeah.
you can play any card upside down and it just becomes a land.
Okay. That's I kind of like that, I guess.
I think I tried that once in Magic the Gathering. I just played the normal Magic the Gathering sealed like event. But
Yeah, and
instead
that
of
was a rule.
adding lands, yeah, we just flipped them upside down and then they became whatever color that they were.
Huh. That's cool because then you don't have to put lands in your deck.
It was cool, but I think the winning strategy you could basically what happened is you can never get mana screwed too
Right.
badly if you didn't want it to happen. But you also couldn't play down powerful cards as lands. Screwed.
Right. But that means like everything in your deck could potentially be useful. You just have to make concessions.
Yeah, I'm
You don't
not.
have to have land
I
mana.
didn't experiment with it that much. I feel like it felt wrong, so I just stopped doing it.
Hey, can you go to your profile and tell me the stats? Like how much of a playset do you have?
Oh, you mean how much of the collection you have?
Yeah, it shows you. I have an abysmal 56% playset.
Huh. I know in Magic Duels I have like almost every card in that
Wow.
game alone.
Wow, dude, that's a lot. Actually, I
Yes.
don't know how much Magic Duels has.
It has a lot of cards.
You got your percentage?
Oh, I have. I'll get it later. Don't.
Ah, I want to know.
History.
You're already on. Just go to profile.
And in the game.
Oh, snap.
By the way, I'm Kid is almost out, and we're about to play that. Have you checked out the spoiler yet?
Not all of it, no. I have it open.
I've
So
I
many
watched
cards.
I watched the pre-release of people playing it. It seems like an interesting format. Seems like a lot of interesting choices, and
Wait, what did you watch? Can you send me a link?
I'll send you a link later. It's a really
Okay.
long video.
Hours? Frick.
Yeah, it's a bunch of people playing before the pre-release, so it's a pre-release. So yeah, I don't have anything else to say about this game.
Yeah, me either. Are you gonna continue playing it?
In the future, I kind of want to slow down.
Yeah.
This is how I feel about both Magic Duels and the Turtle. I kind of burned myself out on.
Wow. It's crazy that you bring up WoW as a comparison. I would have brought up something a little more faster. But all right.
Oh really?
I mean, WoW is what, like an expansion every year and a half?
I thought because the content there's just so much to do, or I guess so much to grind on. A lot of quote unquote content.
I guess. I don't know.
I actually don't
Um,
play WoW.
my experience with WoW was there's like a big drop with the expansions, and then every like 2 to 3 months they have like a little update. And they would like dole it out too, so that like it had longevity. Like when a new raid would come out, they wouldn't just release the whole thing. They would release one boss at a time to like curb the quickness so that people burn through the content.
Okay, so it says I have a lot of the cards.
A lot.
Yeah,
How
it
much is a
says
lot?
single set. I have 90%.
Wow. Okay, no, I have that much in a single set.
Playset,
How much
I
for
have
your playset?
80%. 80%.
80? Dang. Okay, that you do have a lot. I only have
Yeah.
56.
I have 96 playsets of common, 99% uncommon, 63% rare, and it's why I feel like my shitty free to play black deck, when I was blue black deck, I was really having fun with this. It doesn't use a lot of legendaries for one. It kind of uses like a lot of one-ups, which is great because I just happen to have a lot of one-ups. Yeah, I have a lot of fun, brewing stuff in this game compared to Magic the Gathering. I never brew stuff. Still, I would probably only recommend this to people who want to play Magic. I would tell them like, hey, this Magic the Gathering probably the best card game ever. There's 7 Wonders, a really good drafting board, and then there's Eternal, 4-man's Magic the Gathering. In case you don't want to actually bother spending money on Magic,
Turtle?
hilariously expensive.
Oh, Eternal. They said the turtle. I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, Eternal is the poor man's Magic.
Next time we'll be talking about Arizona Sunshine, a VR game. Pretty good, has good graphics, zombie game. Looking forward to it. What about you, Chris?
Yeah. I mean, I played a few zombie games already, but everybody keeps hyping this game up specifically.
Have you played any wave shooters?
Is that like a sarcastic question?
I mean, it's a legit question, I
That's
feel like
true.
wave shooters are pretty fun.
They're pretty fun, but like I feel like it's a pretty saturated genre right now, to say the least.
It's so good.
I
Such a
mean,
good genre.
it's a good frame for the VR currently, but I wish it was a little more open sometimes. And that's what I hope Arizona Sunshine is. They're more sets essentially instead of a circular attack.
That's all for today, folks. You can always reach us on Twitter. My handle is @MeisterJaggers.
And mine is @SSCryus.
You can also reach us by email at GandCgamecorner@gmail.com. As always, links provided in the show notes.